Welcome to the Show Your Mouth Lounge, episode number whatever it is right now.
Yeah, 226 for real this time. Maybe.
For realsies.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Atty,
Yes.
what do you have coming out on your channel this week?
Nothing.
Alright.
If you remember, I retired.
I suspect it will be the same for me as well. Well, not the retirement thing, but I suspect it will be the same for me this week as I am entering finals.
Yeah.
What is going up on the channel?
Nothing.
All right.
A great content, plentiful week where there's going to be lots of content from all of us. Really.
It's been a whole period of like me getting into all the school stuff, Pink going through moving, you getting dragged into all that work stuff with your school as well. All this shit has come together at a perfect timing to ensure that there is not very much content going up on the channel, and a lot of what it's not that we've like stopped playing games altogether either, because we still do play games from time to time. Trouble is, most of that games is one game, fucking Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. Yeah, and also y'all play games, so I don't get the footage.
Yeah. Might be looking into doing something else though. I'll get to that in my time though.
All right.
So, what'd you do the past week?
Well, let's see. I got 2 new games.
Ooh,
One of them is JoJo Eyes of Heaven.
Which one is that?
Oh, it's the 3D one. Like the one that came after.
Not the one that's getting not the one that's getting a new edition.
No, the one that came after that.
Okay, so not the one that's getting a new edition that I was actually interested in is All-Star Battle, right?
Yes.
Okay, is Eyes of Heaven considered to be one of the good ones?
No, but it's complicated. Like most JoJo games are considered one of the good ones. And not even All-Star Battle is considered one of the good ones. But yeah. So Eyes of Heaven, I bought this game because for one, it was on sale for I want to say like $6 instead of $60. And it goes on sale regularly, but that regularly is like once every 3 months. So like so it was a thing of like, okay, so I can buy this game, or I can wait 3 months and maybe I might not have money to actually buy the game again. And it's been like this was like the 4th time that I tried to buy the game. Because the 3 other times it was like
right.
like last time I got the money on my account, and like I think literally in that hour the sale went off. So it was like literally the like by the time that I got the money on my account, the sale was not a thing anymore. And I'm not paying I'm not paying $60 for that game because it's still $60 otherwise. So yeah. All-Star Battle is not All-Star Battle, Eyes of Heaven. Eyes of Heaven is an interesting thing because it's an arena fighter, I guess, but it has more mechanics in some ways. Like obviously my main point of comparison is the Ultimate Ninja Storm games. Or Eyes of Heaven comes with a burst and a Roman cancel. So
weird.
Yeah, and that's pretty much why I was interested in it, because like how do you use those things? And the burst is well, I suppose it's the same thing because the burst and the Roman cancel are the same mechanic like in Uni. So like you can choose to use it as a burst, or you can choose to use it as a Roman cancel. And what surprised me is that this wasn't some like like new tech or whatever. Literally, you open the game up. The game is like, here's a tutorial. The tutorial is like 2 virtual instruction booklet pages, by the way. And the tutorial is like, hey, we have this thing where you can where if you press these 2 buttons down, You either burst out of a combo and when people are hitting you, or if you do it while you're hitting people, you'll just cancel the animation and you can go into any other move. I'm like, okay, cool. So I guess this was a big thing about the game. But yeah, so that it has a lot of characters. Not I was going to say most, but no, not really. There's people that I'm missing, but there's a lot of characters from part 1 all the way to the start of part 8, which part 9 is happening, and it's just part 8, part 2. So I don't know if I'll read it, but you know.
Didn't part 8 end in a really awkward way?
Yes, part 8 was 10 years of development for pretty much nothing, from what I could tell. And yeah. So, and like from what I heard, part 9 is supposed to be continuing the story with the same characters in the same setting and stuff like that. And like, I don't like those characters to begin with. So, I don't
Is it
know.
not going to still introduce a new JoJo? Because, like,
No, that's from what I heard.
really?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the first JoJo part to just follow the same previous, like, because even with like the part 7 and part 8 Joe stars are just alternate timeline versions, right?
Yes. Part 7's is Joseph and Jonathan mixed together more or less, and then
Yeah.
part 8 is part 4's protagonist. So part 4's Jojo and his antagonist mixed together.
Huh.
Because Araki really loves part 4. I don't. That's the thing. Is like people who liked part 4, from what I've seen online, people who liked part 4 really liked part 8 because it's just part 4 but better. And there are parts that I would say that it's better than part 4 in. I just didn't like part 4 to begin with. So like there's a character that I like from part 4, and it's not any of the protagonists technically. He's the protagonist in that he's Araki's self-inster, so he gets to be in a lot of scenes, but he's a side character more or less.
I see.
But yeah, so Eyes of Heaven, it is kind of like an arena fighter in that, you know, you don't get much, you don't get a lot of like combo stuff, and it in that it's technically less than Naruto, I would say, because in Naruto you have your 3 combo routes and then you can do the cancels with that game that it has, which, you know, isn't a lot of variety, but it's some. With JoJo, you have 1 string and then just like 7 special moves that you can then choose to cancel the string with, more or less, or like give yourself boss with and stuff, which is a different take. And I'd say I enjoyed it. It has its own its own story featuring all of the JoJos, and of course Jotaro gets the biggest push because he's Jotaro.
Yeah.
Now the funny thing is how Joseph is in the game twice, or Joseph is in the story twice, because old Joseph is a big part of Jotaro's character, and
Yeah.
and young Joseph is a protagonist. So there's a point where old Joseph just gets kind of written out of the story, and young Joseph replaces him. And I found that kind of funny. But yeah, it's fun for what it is. It was worth $6, not 60. It was worth $6.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know that there is much that can be worth 60 in terms of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm style games, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'd argue that that's kind of most fighting games, really, with how much overall content they get. But yeah. Then again, I say that, and I can justify KO, like most KOFs for like $20.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that, and the other one is Bamco was really happy with me this week, because the other game I bought is Digimon World Next Order, which is also a Bamco game.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Bemco are the Digimon people.
I didn't know that, nor did I know you were at all into Digimon.
I'm not. Well, it's
Oh,
complicated. It's complicated. I was into Digimon at one point, and that was when Frontiers was airing, which is the one that everyone hates. But yeah, I was into Digimon when Frontiers was airing over here, and then the shows stopped airing, so I couldn't watch it anymore, and the games weren't getting really released on stuff that I had, or like were not available in places where I could actually buy them. So I just stopped. And then this game was also on sale for $6. So I was like, hey, that sounds good. Like it was also on sale for $6 instead of 60. Funnily enough, both of these games released in 2017 or so, and they're still $60. Imagine fucking that.
Jesus, Bamco's not one of the better ones about that, though.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, I bought the game and I didn't know what to expect. Like I have seen Digimon World. I wanted to play Digimon World on the PS2 when I learned of its existence when I was like 6. But you know, once again, it wasn't available. So what I expected out of this game was, hey, here's Digimon, which like that genuinely is not Pokemon. It's Tamagotchi. Digimon is Tamagotchi with fighting, but yeah. So what I was expecting is here's Tamagotchi with fighting in an RPG, and somewhat right, but not really. I feel the Tamagotchi a lot fucking stronger than I feel the RPG. Let me tell you what. And that's a good thing in my opinion, because like it's because I've seen a post like, for once in my life. I saw while looking stuff up, I saw a discussion that was like, why is the game so grindy? And I was like, there's a grind. Because the grinding in this game is raising your Digimon. And there is a grind to that. Like genuinely, there is a grind to that. But because the Digimon have their own personalities and stuff like that, it makes it easier on me. I don't know.
Yeah.
And how the game works is you have your Digimon. You get them in eggs. You get 2 in this game, which is like supposed to be a big thing. I don't know. From what I can tell, it continues the story of the other Digimon World games, which it wouldn't hurt if I actually knew. But it seems self-contained enough that I can pay attention to this game's story and then just have the references fly over my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you get two Digimon to raise, and there's a certain amount of time that they live, and they will die of old age. And once they die of old age, they turn back into eggs that you can choose which eggs for them to turn into, and then you can raise other Digimon who are technically the same Digimon but just reborn.
Weird.
Yeah. And I don't know how it works in the other games. That's how it is in this game. But either way, when I got into the game, I knew that the Digimon could die. But I figured, oh well, it's gonna be a thing where like if you get beaten too hard or too many times, then the Digimon dies, or like it dies like I don't know in like 3 months or whatever. No, the Digimon only die to old age. They only live for 12 days.
Huh?
Now finding that out really sucked because I really liked my first generation Digimon.
Huh?
And I remember freaking like walking. There's a desert area. I was walking towards the second boss, I think, of the whole game. There's this desert area that you have to cut through to get to the boss, and I was going through the desert area, and one of my Digimon would just stop in the middle of walking and then fall asleep. And I was like, that's weird. It wasn't doing that yesterday. So I'm like, and the thing is, the Digimon can get sick. and can get injured. So I was like, well, maybe it's sick. I tried to give it, or injured. I tried to give it a band-aid because that's how you fix the injuries. And the game was like, no, he's not hurt. And I go, okay, but it's still weird that he's fucking falling asleep. He has the strangest like version of narcolepsy I've ever seen, because he falls asleep for like a second, walks 2 steps, and then falls asleep again. The dude died on the way to the boss. Just collapsed.
Died on the way to the boss.
Yeah, and the shitty part is that when they're reborn, their stats get lowered, not completely to the base damage or the base stats, but their stats get lowered to more normal values, and then each generation gets better stats. Is how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
So going to the way to the boss, my guy dies. So I had to go back to the town and raise another Digimon to actually fucking fight it. Raising a Digimon takes at least a week from my experience so far. Like, it takes at least a week to have them capable of actually...
Real time?
No, in-game time.
Okay, I was about to say, but what the fuck?
But yeah, raising a Digimon to a point where they can actually fight the things that are supposed to be at your level takes about a week, if not more. Like, I have 2 Digimon right now. I can actually check their age. Let me see. So yes, I have 2 Digimon right now that are able to somewhat keep up, and I still need to spend a couple of days getting them stronger so that I can continue with the story. They're both at age 11. Once again, Digimon die at age 14. And the thing is, you can get upgrades that make them live longer, and I have those. But instead of 14, they're gonna live somewhere between 16 and 18. That's not too much.
Depends on what you're gonna be doing on those days.
Yeah. But like I have to be hitting the gym with them. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's another thing. If they digivolve, they live longer. So technically, I think I gave them like a couple more days just because I digivolved them recently. Whatever. That's gonna be my shit to figure out. Holy hell. Trying to keep up with some of these games' mechanics is hard because the game is like, oh, your friendship went up a little bit. All right, game, define a little bit, please. Like there's a specific set, like numerical value to friendship in this game. I need to know how much it raised. But yeah, so that was like dealing with this stuff was funny. Generation after Generation 1, Generation 2 was so far the worst. I legitimately hated them. I don't know why. At one point, one of them pissed them off so much that I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the knife out and I'm gonna rebirth you forcefully. Because like they act up, they can be shit kids and stuff like that. And one of them was, well, for one, with how I don't remember how it is in the show exactly. In the game, or at least in this game, how it works is that Digimon can become whatever other Digimon, more or less. Like there are set pets that they can evolve to, but some of the pets don't make sense, and that's how my dinosaur became a bug. and I was pissed off by that because I was trying to get like a better dinosaur,
Yeah.
And then once it turned into a bug, it like I don't know how its personality changed. But it just started complaining about everything. It was like, I don't want to wake up. I don't want to eat the food that is literally my favorite. I don't want to fucking go to sleep. I don't want to take a shit. And I had to argue with it every fucking time that I tried to do anything. It was great. I'm glad he's dead. Because that's other thing.
Dead bastard.
Yeah. But that's another thing is that because these like Digimon is weird because they're software, so they don't exist. Yeah, they need to eat and they need to shit. Some of them, once they get to ultimate, they only need to eat. They don't need to shit anymore. I don't know how.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it saves time for me because it means I don't have to take off freaking when I'm doing the training montages, I don't have to take literally 2 minutes break for them to go to the bathroom. while pumping them full of stats.
Huh.
And by the way, that's in-game time. Like I don't know how they do it, but it's like, but they literally like once they took a shit in a minute. I don't know how. But yeah, I've been enjoying the game overall though. Like it's, it's the sort of thing where like I am annoyed by some parts of it, but it's the sort of sort of annoyance that like makes for a good story and doesn't drive me away from the game.
Yeah.
Like the fucking bug bastard that I wanted to kill. uh, but yeah, at this point I've gotten so used to them dying that I can literally tell from their training when if they're close to dying, to like 2 days until they're dead. Because once they die or once they're close to death, they start to take more fatigue, because that's the thing with training, and just overall like living. I think I don't know what
Yeah.
exactly builds it, but fighting definitely builds it to a little bit, and training definitely builds it a lot. Even though I have the thing that makes it so they don't get as fatigued, but yeah. And like there's a point, literally the day before they die, they just start taking like 50% fatigue with one training session, which is an hour.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, it's 2. Still, that's pretty bad. That's 2 hours of training is 50% fatigue. When you normally, I'd say 50% fatigue is about 6 to 10. So but yeah. And it's also been weird getting back and seeing all of the Digimon, because I know some of them. Like I played Rumble Arena a lot, so I know the ones that were in that game, and I watched Frontiers, and that had some. But like fucking Goblinmon. Have you seen Goblinmon?
No, I don't know any of the names of the Digimon.
Well, you definitely know Agumon, who is the yellow dinosaur, who is not Charizard or Charmander.
Yeah.
And there's I'm forgetting his name too. Gabumon, I want to say the one that turns into Garurumon, the like wolfish one. Those two are the mascots, I think. Like it's the one that has like the stripes on it with then 4 arms.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my favorite Digimon. Literally just a goblin, and its name is also just literally just a goblin. I guess I'll put it into pictures. There. Yeah. And
That's
because
great.
yeah, this is one of the trash mobs in the game. It also has evolutions where it becomes a bigger, greener goblin. But yeah, there's also other stuff like that that's really funny. Like when I liked the part where my dinosaur became a bug and then became a dude. That was a different bug, by the way, not the one that I hated. But yeah. And then there's literally a guy. Is he just called Frankenmon? He maybe just called Frankenmon. Let me check. Okay, there is. No, that's someone's OC. Huh. I'm like, okay, there's a oh wait, no, that's literally just someone's OC. I googled the thing and it gave me someone's DeviantArt page.
Nice.
But like, it's not even a thing where I pressed DeviantArt. It gave me someone's DeviantArt page, a separate like picture it finds that it found. So anyway, let's see if I can find it like this, because there's definitely a there you are. Oh, Boltman, that's his name. Yeah. So my dinosaur because I had multiple dinosaurs. Because you see there's specific Digimon that I'm trying to cultivate. It just doesn't work out most of the time. But I really liked when my dinosaur became this, and then you had a fucking Anthro Wolf wrestler and a dude next to each other fighting for me.
That thing is amazing,
isn't it? And then was it Mech Gaumon, the one that I'm thinking of? Well, this is a picture of the thing that I'm looking for, but Mach Gaumon, not Mech. It's hard to tell. So most of the a lot of the Digimons just become robots. But yeah, this one legitimately is my favorite design, I think, because it's like I feel like it's one that we can all appreciate, because it's just a guy who's a wrestler, just a guy who's a wrestler.
Okay, so Digimon has a dog wrestler and Pokemon has a cat wrestler.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So yeah, there's Gaumon's like whole evolutionary line. I think maybe not the quadruped one, because it looks weird because it has boxing gloves on its like front paws, but you know. like it evolves from an anthro dog with boxing gloves into a feral dog with boxing gloves to a wrestler. Why not? But yeah, there's some great names. There's some bad designs. Like there's some designs that I didn't like when I was small, and I still don't like Gallantmon, which is just a knight. You know, that's it.
Well, it's gotta be there for the people who are into it.
But yeah, but they don't even really do anything with it. It's just a knight, and one of his hands is the jousting spear. And then there's one I was. Oh yeah. The one that the wrestler evolves into is I didn't like that one either, because it's just it's just like someone's wolf team knight costume. And also he also eats through his chest, and I didn't like that. It was too freaky. What was that one called? I can actually check. There's a whole thing there's a whole Bulbapedia where I can check all of the Digimon that I've seen and cultivated. Where is it? Oh yeah, there's there's an unnerving amount of Digimon who are just like buff shirtless lion. like obviously trying to be sexy lion. I don't like it. I'll see if I can send one of those over as well, but I'm looking for a specific guy. Where is he? I'm taking up way too much. There it is. Oh, Mirage Gaogamon. There's names in this game. Can you blame me for not fucking remembering Mirage Gaogamon?
No, I don't.
Like it makes sense. So some of these things make sense because of how they evolve, and the name evolves with them. They still this evolves from Gaomon, so obviously the Gao part is from that. It's also just fucking long and weird. Yeah, this guy. So the wrestler evolves into this, or this is one of its possible evolutions, I think. And I didn't like this one as much.
Yeah.
It loses the charm of just a fucking wolf wrestler, you know?
It's such a bizarre choice for it to go from wolf to wrestler to mech.
Yeah. And that's like the one thing that I so far don't really like, is that a lot of the evolution is just animal with gimmick, mech. And then the other one is I didn't like how like that may just be me messing up during making one of the or raising one of the Digimon. But like I got Toy Agumon before I got normal Agumon. Toy Agumon is just Agumon out of Lego, by the way. Like it here,
What?
yeah, this is an actual Digimon. This is an actual copyrighted Digimon. I ain't even fucking joking, dude. And I knew about this because it was in Frontiers. I remember this. But this is an actual copyrighted Digimon.
I love it.
But yeah, the one of the ones that I don't like as much because it's like I get the design. It is just like there's also like 5 other guys who look kind of like this, but without the cape. Like this guy is the best design out of the trio that I remember seeing. But yeah, but I see guys who look like this a bit too much in the game for me to be comfortable. You know. Like, let's see if I can find the other ones, because they should look very much the same. Let's see. Yeah, Grapplomon is not that bad. But normal Leomon is. Normal Leomon is just this guy, the guy I sent without a cape and a sword. I guess, more or less. Yeah. No, he has a sword. I'm wrong. He just doesn't have a cape or a hat. That's the difference. Oh, okay. Makes sense. So yeah, the Mirage Gao Gamon has a weird name because the 4-legged version of that Digimon is called Gao Gamon. There we go. Now you'll see. Yeah. Here, fucking wolf with boxing gloves. Look at it. Wolf with fucking boxing gloves.
Oh, and the claws are coming out. And he's got samurai shoulder armor that is turning into big long arms.
Yeah.
That's just little braids. Oh, that's a weird design idea. Like, I can't tell if it's over designed or not.
Yeah, and then this is the first version of that line. Yeah, this
That's
one's
pretty
cute.
good. I like
yeah,
that.
I like Gaomon as well. I think Gaomon is pretty cute. Like he's a teddy. Gaomon is a fucking teddy bear. But yeah, so it goes the evolutionary line goes box with or wolf with boxing gloves or whatever Gaomon is supposed to be. I don't know. Wolf quadruped with boxing gloves. Wolf biped wrestler. Mech. So yeah, Digimon's wild, but I'm enjoying it. It's one of those things where like usually when I play games I do commentary inside because you know for one it's it makes sure that I don't get rusty with it for when we actually do videos, and also you know for my own amusement. But it's one of those games where like I wouldn't want us to do a series on it on this channel, but I did consider if I ever actually like ask on the forums if anyone would care about me just playing games pretty much alone while y'all watch when you have time. Like it could be a good game for that for pretty much just shooting the shit while I pump people full of stats because like it would be like a 2-hour stream where an hour is just me in the dojo pumping people full of stats and then them dying. Because that's how the game is just overall. Like this is the first game where I read people's opinions who's already played the game, and people's opinion is play on easy. Because the game has an easy mode and a normal mode, but it's like Devil Kings. Easy mode is actually normal, and normal is actually hard in Japan. And the difference is between those two is nothing of actual like there's no real difference between the two, except for the stat requirements for digivolving. which is why people recommend that you play on easy, because then you don't have to fucking spend, like, you don't have to spend more than a week leveling people before they die. Like, I don't want to know what normal mode is supposed to be in this game, because leveling people feels like it takes too long already. And like, while I enjoy it, it's, it's a thing of like, I would like to actually like take them out on the field and have them fight people and stuff like that too sometimes. And and the prospect of raising the stat requirements for them to get better scares me, because that means that you spend even less time on the field. But yeah, Digimon was also one of those things where, like, and honestly, I may get back into it. I don't know yet. Like, we'll see how this game shakes up, if it gets on my nerves or not. Because, like, once again, I like a lot of the designs and the aesthetics. Like, this game still has that like very early 2000s feel of technology. Like, everything's magical. Everything's like, technology is just magic with numbers, and that's it. And I like it about that. I like that about it. Whatever. Like, it's, I don't know how to put it, but there was this like era of fiction where technology was used as like this stand-in like superpower, more or less. But it was like, it came with its own aesthetic and stuff like that, where like stuff like the Matrix or Digimon, or I don't even know what else to really to point out. There was this shitty horror movie which his name I don't remember, but that also used it similarly. It was about like a woman being trapped in a house and a hacker trying to kill her through the internet or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
But like, there's this very like early internet vibe that this game still emits from itself, and I'm I don't know what the fuck's up with my voice. But yeah, that I really enjoy, because I miss it from my fiction. Like, I don't need it to be in everything, but I like it when it's there. Usually, it depends, I guess, on the execution. But yeah, I fucking looked at I looked at my objective marker, and I have to head to a place called Boney Resort, and I read that as Brony Resort. Fuck.
Wait. Did you say boning? Did you say boning resort?
Boney.
Bony resort. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and I read that as Brony Resort.
Or pony resort, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't actually think there's that many like horse even Digimon, like, overall, or at least not in this game. They may exist. I think there's like a fucking like 1,500 Digimon. They just choose which ones to include in any game. Like, there's, I want to say there's 300 Digimon, 350, something like that, in this game. I legitimately, okay. I'm gonna look this up, because I was just going to throw out a number that I think that it may be, but I can just look it up. All right, Google. Google. All right, Google. Help us. I am right. The fuck? Digimon include almost all the creatures that reside within the fictional parallel universe called the digital world. There are currently more than 1,400 different species of Digimon.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, Pink. So,
Hi.
Pink, if you head to the pictures tab, you will see Wolf Wrestler that's in Digimon. You may need to scroll up.
I see a lot of stuff in the pictures right now.
Yeah.
Is that a Lego dinosaur?
Yes, that is a Lego version of the main like mascot character for Digimon, and it's also official. Like, it's a copyrighted character for Digimon.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. But Pink, I was just as a fucking like a number to throw out. I was like, there's like 1,500 Digimon, and there's 300 in the game that I'm playing. And so I looked it up just so we actually know. And it says there are more than 1,400 different species of Digimon. So I'm right. I'm so fucking close.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I don't know how I feel about that.
Like shit, dude. And the thing is, they just rolled out a couple new ones like a couple months ago that I saw on the Best Friends Reddit, and one of them was just like one of them was just Cthulhu.
Oh, I love Cthulhu.
Like, okay, I actually need to look this up because I feel like his name is
my
actually.
friend.
I genuinely think it's just got Cthulhu-mon.
Oh
my God.
Is that a thing? No, but there is a whole wiki page dedicated to references to the Cthulhu mythos in Digimon. So yes.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, it's mostly just names. Okay, there is no Cthulhu Digimon as far as I know yet. Wait, Dragomon? Are you the? Hang on. Yes, Dragomon. Yes.
Dragonmon. All right.
Not even Dragonmon. Cthulhu.
Our old friend.
Yes. Cthulhu is my favorite Digimon.
Oh my God.
This shit's wild.
Yeah. For the kids.
Yes.
For the kids.
I mean, there's multiple Digimon that are just the devil. Different versions of the devil.
And
Like,
my
there's-
mom's playing Pokemon with Satan.
Yeah. Like there's definitely Devimon. I feel like there's a Beelzemon. But like, the thing is, you can just fucking say any word, add mon to the end of it. There may be one. Like Pink, if you scroll up, there's a goblin that I posted. That one's a Digimon. It's called Goblinmon.
Is there a Cashiermon?
I can check.
I hope there is, because that would be the greatest thing I will ever bear witness to in this dream my
No.
entire life. I
Sadly,
knew it was
no.
too good to be true.
Okay, Beelzemon is real. And he's edgier than I remembered. The fuck? This is... Okay. Yes. Yes. What's the guy's name from Final Fantasy VII? Valentine? Yes?
Vincent Valentine.
Yeah, Vincent
yes.
Valentine. Yeah.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at that. That looks like an OC.
Yes, it does.
Edge.
Yeah, that's Beelzemon.
It's terrible, is what it is.
Like, this is like... what if Squall was a bird? Y'all... I mean, I'm right.
I don't know what Squall is.
A guy from Final Fantasy VIII. I'll send a picture. Like, I don't
gardening gloves right now. They make such fun sounds when I clench my fists.
like I don't know about you, but I feel like the Beelzemon and Squall emit the same energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't deny it.
Oh
His
shit.
sword is a gun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the gunblade. You never seen that?
No, I've never seen that before. That's
What?
incredible. I love it. I need to play these games.
I
now.
have a. It is available on Xbox One, I think. Well, I don't know if it's on Game Pass, but there is a Final Fantasy VIII remake. That's well, it's a remaster. But yeah, also, not Gun Sword, Gun Keyblade. Fuck off. Fuck you.
Gun
That's even
Keyblade.
worse.
Like, are we assuming that you can just stack layers and layers on this?
Yes.
Gun keyblade axe.
Yes. And the
Gun
thing is,
keyblade rocket launcher.
and the thing is, this is not like this is not someone's well-made fan render. Apparently, this is a picture from Dissidia of Final Fantasy NT, which is the newest Dissidia. So this is canon. This shit's canon, yo.
This makes me sad.
You know what the actual thing that's kind of silly is? It's of course it's got a gun, handle, and it's got the revolver little clip there, but it's a sword, right? So he can't actually shoot it. So the gun stuff should be cosmetic, right?
But yeah, but you
But
can't shoot it.
At least in Kingdom Hearts, I can't speak for Final Fantasy VIII because I never played it, but at least in Kingdom Hearts, anytime Squall uses magic, he still points the gun blade at the target as if he was shooting them. Which is just
No,
silly.
if I remember correctly, that's canon, or that's how it was in 8 as well. I played Final Fantasy 8 was my favorite. Was my first Final Fantasy.
Like, yeah, you're probably right, but it's just like he's casting like Firaga the same way any like Final Fantasy protagonist would. But he's because he built his sword to look like a gun. He just points his sword at you like an asshole.
Yeah, what he really needs to do is he needs to make himself 2 big black wings, and then 2 big shotguns. He'll be set.
Why not just have wings made out of shotguns?
Wait, Billzamon has 4 wings.
4.
I just saw that. Why? Oh shit.
Well, having more than one set of wings is kind of a Lucifer thing, though. Lucifer usually is depicted as having 3 sets of wings, I think.
Yeah. Is there a Baphomet-mon? Baphomet. I'm looking this up. Yes.
Of course there is.
Oh no, Belphimon, actually. But yes.
Huh.
There you go.
Why are his hands stinky?
That's a good question right there.
Because he encloses himself in them. It's a ruse. He looks cute at first, and then he's the devil.
That's how they get you.
That's the sleep mode.
That's how they get
neat.
you.
I do like that.
So yeah. Digimon's fun so far.
Huh.
Oh yeah, I wanted to move on to the one other part that I wanted to point out, which is the art for the game. The not 3D art, because the game was made for the Vita, so it can look a bit stinky, or the 3D models and shit. Although I do
Remember the Vita?
Sorta. I mean, the Vita means life.
I don't believe that.
But yeah, so the models can look a bit stinky. Although I liked how instead of having like proper faces and shit, because the Vita probably couldn't handle that, they do the old PS2 thing of having different like facial expressions as textures and just flipping through them when people are talking and shit. And like it doesn't look good, but it's charming. It makes me nostalgic. But the actual art for the game, like the like loading art and stuff like that, and like the menu is very nice. And there's not enough parts of the game that actually utilize that sort of stuff, but the character portraits and stuff do, and they look good in my opinion. Let me see if I can find some of that key art. Well, no, that's just the cover. All right, key art. Maybe that will give me the thing I'm looking for. No.
Huh.
Well, let's see. Does this feature the thing, the like art style enough for me to actually tell? No, because that picture is way too low res.
Huh.
And that's a different art style. Cool. Well, whatever. I can't find the fucking picture, but it has this very nice it's a nice texture to how the colors are laid down. It makes it look like how do I put this? It does look like it's on paper, but there's also this like different sort of texture that's not quite that. I don't know how to describe it properly, but it's nice. The art is nice, and and I have found music in this game that I enjoyed. Weirdly enough, not enough to actually listen to it outside of the game, mind you, but enough that if I ever do go through with fucking playing through the game or recording, that I may and streaming it to the forums, that I may use it for stream start music because it's nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think no. There's one more game that I played that technically I played last week, but I just forgot about it. But I spent last week. I don't remember which day it was, but one of the days was fucking like Ace Awareness Day or whatever the fuck. So I spent that day with the biggest Ace icon that I know, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh Jesus.
Technically, SpongeBob is canonically asexual. That's the weird part.
Ace awareness. I didn't hear the Ace part. I just heard A awareness. And I was like, A awareness for what? I mean, yeah, we got those kinds of days like every other week, but what are we aware about now?
We're aware of SpongeBob. He's behind you.
You're aware of SpongeBob. I'd be very nervous if you were behind me. I'm actually gonna. Yeah, I turned around real quick. I think I'm good, so we're gonna continue on.
But yeah, I don't know why or how it came up, but apparently, like, fucking Nickelodeon posted that SpongeBob is canonically Ace for some reason. He's a kid's cartoon. Like, okay.
Yep.
But yeah. So I played through Battle for Bikini Bottom, which was given away for free last month, or this month, I don't know. And it's a game. Like, it's a collector's one. So obviously, I didn't like it.
Oh.
Like it's a fine collectathon like platformer thing if you like that sort of things. I like platformers, just not 3D platformers most of the time because most of them are collectathons.
That is true.
And yeah, it's what could I really say about it? Not much. Mr. Krabs sucked. Like they didn't get his real voice, and like it was a Mr. Krabs imitation on par with something I would do.
Yeah.
And I haven't
heard about this, yes.
And I haven't even grown up with the English dub. Like my Mr. Krabs sounds different to yours, and it was still fake.
Who plays Mr. Krabs? Is it Clancy Brown?
Clancy Brown.
All right. Weird that they couldn't get in because he's like in everything.
He is in everything, but at the same time, he's easily the most famous member of the cast.
Right, very true. He's in everything, but he's also expensive to be in everything, I suppose.
Anything else?
No, that's mostly it. It was just like I feel like there was a part where someone made fun of Mr. Krabs and they did a better Mr. Krabs impression than the guy they hired, and that was like bad.
I've heard about it being like nasally, whiny Mr. Krabs, is what I've heard it described as.
I don't know if I describe it as that. It sounds like it sounds like the guy they hired was not trying to do a Mr. Krabs impression some of the time. Some of the time he was. Like there were lines where I was like, okay, he got close. It's good enough. But a lot of times the line reads sounded like he was just leading the lines. Like it sounded like he was too preoccupied trying to act out the lines rather than actually like do the impression. Which like if they hire him for the job, he should be able to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's a thing. Like it's not the worst thing ever. Like so I've seen some people act like it is. but it is bothersome when the rest of the cast mostly sounds like they're supposed to, and then they're like, "So what do we do, Mr. Krabs?" He just goes, "I don't know, SpongeBob. What should we do? Money."
Money.
Ack.
Yeah. Ravioli, ravioli. Give me the formioli. Shit. So yeah. That's it for video games. Let's see what else. I did draw. Y'all saw some of it. I posted my second OC, I guess. I really liked his design, so I
Yeah.
even posted him on the forums, and no one gave a shit. It was cool. But
I
yeah,
think if there's anything to observe from the forum, don't post your creative stuff there because people just won't do it. They won't watch it or read it or listen to it or whatever it is.
yeah,
Not unless it goes into the random thread, and even then, it's a gamble.
The random thread, I'd say, especially because people want to just move on to the next discussion.
True. Very true.
yeah.
And it's never like an insulting thing, but like we see it, like we've already seen it a fair bit just in the last couple of days. Like Mike saying, like, "Hey guys, I won the karaoke competition. Here's all the recordings." No one watched those fucking recordings.
I did.
You're no
No, you
one.
didn't. Oh, you fucking lie. Not in this dojo. Anyways, Addy, your art.
Yeah. So I posted that I really liked like the design. That was
Yeah.
another one of those things where I just sat down without actually like I used no references for it because I sometimes I like to just sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna just start drawing shapes and then something will come out of it, and that's pretty much how that happened too. And I seem to enjoy those types of drawings the most.
Yeah.
And yeah, so aside from that, I also redrew my old Wolverine shit post.
I feel like that's something I should remember, but I don't remember what that was.
I mean, I have it for reference in the new one, so you can see the comparison.
Ah,
The arms could have been better, but
I'm
that's
not in the art area. There we go.
I decided to keep the clothing the same for consistency. But like yeah,
Oh, I forgot the little bub thing that's just the big wide open mouth, and it's just
yeah,
I'm imagining it like the most hammered voice actor ever, just going bub.
yeah,
I'm gonna get you snicked. I'm the worst there is at what I do, and what I do is really nice.
Love it.
yeah. Like the new drawing is what they wanted for the scene, and the old drawing is what they got.
Yeah, the Wolverine, the Wolverine shit post your girlfriend tells you not to worry about.
Yeah, and then the thing is, I would go as far to say that even the new one's bad, but like it's better.
I think it's pretty good, but maybe I'm not
Yeah.
the guy you should be asking for.
I don't know, like the chest definition is fine. Then again, I have a big fucking poster with Wolverine on it, so I could, and like half of Wolverine in the picture is his chest. So I had reference for that.
He's a tiny man with a large torso.
Yeah, and like he's even leaning forward running. So like genuinely, I see his chest. I see one of his arms. I see one of his legs. I see his face, and that's Wolverine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like no necks found ever at all.
Nope. Nope.
That's
But
the
yeah,
one part of him that doesn't grow back.
yeah. But yeah, the arms I think could have been better just because like I don't know, it looks flimsy, especially
Yeah,
the
the
right arm.
arms could use work, but the rest of the anatomy, you're understanding what goes where for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. And then after that, I also redrew the Danzaburo picture that I redraw every like 2 weeks. It feels. Is it not gonna upload? Oh shit! It may not upload.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up Paint and save this as a smaller picture because the issue is one of the issues it wasn't gonna upload. It did that thing where it just didn't want to upload to begin with, but it's also 6 megs instead of 5,
Huh.
so it wouldn't upload anyway. And where is Paint? I know it exists. A version of it. There it is, Paint 3D.
You're painting in 3D?
Yes.
Oh man.
All right. Let's see if Paint 3D can actually fucking exist fast enough. I don't know how this works. Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's just make it smaller. There we go. That should be small enough. That's a bit too small. I don't want it to be super bit crushed by paint. Right. Sure. That should be good. Maybe. How do I tell this to make it so there's no background? Can paint still not save in PNG? It may not. Okay, cool. Thanks, Paint. Ah yes, let me save my Danzaburo drawing as a 3D model.
Yes.
This anticipation is about to leave me falling asleep.
I'm sorry, Paint is taking too long.
Paint is failing us
Yes.
when we need it most.
Alright. Okay, saving. Any year now.
Say faster!
There we go.
Yeah!
Incredible.
I think this one turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Said legitimate, no fucking reason. Or no, there is no way. There is no way to have a fucking transparent background. What the hell?
No, paint's as primitive as it gets.
But I know, but it has fucking 3D modeling. You'd assume that if it gets that like advanced, then it can handle a PNG.
Well, they couldn't settle for just being the primitive version of Photoshop, so now they're also going to be the primitive version of Blender.
Which is free. So you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. What the fuck else did I do? I think that may be it.
All right. Pink. Since you were missed out on that part, you gonna put anything up on your channel this week?
Yeah, there's gonna be Dead by Daylight going up this week, and absolutely nothing else.
All right.
Unless we start recording the Forest on Monday, because that's when the Dead by Daylight double XP ends, and Mike said he was going to download it, so maybe in the future. We don't know.
I wouldn't trust that.
You're right.
Not anymore.
He still has yet to download Smite and Tabletop and whatnot.
He's just got to get rid of the porn, guys. He's just got to make a little bit of room from the porn.
Right.
We should
He's not gonna delete any of that
we should
stuff.
we
We
should
need
put
to.
we should put him on the spot and just tell him to download Brawlhalla because it's 800 megs. There's no fucking way that his PC can run without 800 megs of free space.
But this is Mike. He'll think there is.
Also, that would require us to play Brawlhalla.
True.
Right.
There are some bits that are not worth it.
I mean, I played Brawlhalla online just to get ready for in case we do.
Oh,
It
Jesus.
it certainly was
Oh,
like
so you've been practicing without us, huh?
yes.
I see how it is.
Yes,
I see how it
I
is.
had to grind money to actually have access to the one character that I was like, hey, their design is all right, I guess. Xavier Woods, no.
Ew, who would want to play as Xavier Woods?
I don't know.
After all the things he's done. Playing a trombone on live TV.
Yeah,
Absolutely disgusting.
one of his weapon specials. His side special is coming on the Divas title.
Makes me sad.
Such a respected title.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
I guess.
No.
What have you got planned? What have you got planned? No. What did you do the past week then?
All right. So what have I done this past week? I watched The Atom Project, and it was good.
I have
It
no
had
idea what that is.
it was a I believe it was a Netflix release. It's a film maybe made by Ryan Reynolds, definitely starring Ryan Reynolds and that one guy who plays Hulk in the MCU, Mark
Not
Ruffalo.
Edward Norton.
Yeah, not Edward
yeah.
Norton. He's dead, but Mark Ruffalo.
You got to be careful saying these things. You might fool Addie into actually thinking Edward Norton is dead.
Yeah,
But he's
but
dead to me, so
he's dead to me.
He
All
knows what
right.
he did.
I don't even know which Hulk he is, but sure. He did me wrong.
He was a bad one, and that narrows it down to like 2 out of 3. I kid. I liked Edward Norton, but I didn't like that movie.
Eh.
But was Edward Norton the like old 2008 Hulk or whatever?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that movie is enough for me to not like him.
Oh wait, it actually. Oh lordy, when did Iron Man come out? Was that really 2008, 9, 7?
Yeah, 2008. It was the same
All
year
right.
Dark Knight was.
All right. And Hulk, I believe, released that same year as well. So that's cool. What a blast from the past. Anyway, The Atom Project. It is a time travel film, so that's everyone's favorite genre here, right? Right? The plot is, if you don't mind me spoiling it a little bit, the plot is that Ryan Reynolds in the future comes back to the past of 2018 where his wife allegedly went back to and freaking died on impact. But he doesn't believe she's dead, so he's come back to find her and bring her back home. And while he's there, everybody begins to learn that, hey, Ryan Reynolds is breaking what would you call it? Time code, quote unquote, by going back and doing something that he shouldn't be doing. But they're realizing that, hey, me being back here isn't all that bad because things are already kind of messed up in the future. They can't get any worse. And the reason they're so bad now is because turns out that somebody has already gone back in time and messed things up. So, yeah, time travel. It's fun.
So what's the movie about?
Time travel. It's fun.
Oh no, my eyes have gone cross.
And it made me sad because The acting is great. The premise, it's time travel, so it is what it is. But I didn't mind it all that much. But they didn't really stick the landing with me because a lot of the stuff that they do in the quote unquote present, or what would have been the present for them, well, not the future, mind you, but all that stuff should be erased once they've converted the time stream back to normal. So that erases all the great moments that adult Ryan Reynolds has with his mom way back when he's meeting up with his child version of Ryan Reynolds. So it's like, okay, all that has gone in the trash. And Mark Ruffalo's character is Ryan Reynolds' father, and he friggin' dies at some point. And there's a part of the film where they want to tell him, "Hey, dude, you're gonna die in a terrible car crash, and you can totally avoid it." And Mark Ruffalo is like, "No, no. I mean, I'm not gonna change the future. Somebody else has already changed the future, and it's cataclysmic out there. And causing Mark Ruffalo to not die might not be too bad, but still, no, no. He's not gonna Doc Brown it. He's gonna accept his fate." And I thought that was a terrible choice. Kind of puts a sour mood on the end to me. I feel they could have nailed the landing a lot better. And child Ryan Reynolds is a little menace, and that's not really rectified in any way. So it's like, yeah, yeah. It's like the premise, the plot, it's all good. It's just not great. And it had potential to be great, but it wasn't. And that makes me sad. Very, very solid film for a first time viewing. I have no real intention of watching it again. Ryan Reynolds stars in a lot of much better movies that don't involve time travel, and maybe even some that do. So I would choose to watch those instead. Yeah, outside of the Adam Project, I honestly don't think I watched anything or did anything this week. Did we
All
do
right.
anything together? Because I don't think we did.
Nothing in particular that springs to mind other than the usual Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, but that's old news. Nobody likes Dead by Daylight. We don't even like that game anymore.
And well, in that case, should we just move on to what I've done this week?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I might pass out midway through. I'm going off very little sleep here. Uh, yeah, I haven't done a whole lot worth talking about necessarily. I beat Elden Ring. That is very much a game where this plot does not start to make sense until you get to the end.
There's a
The
plot?
the last set of bosses I think are kind of inconsistent in terms of difficulty. I think the Millennia is fucking brutal, but then there's a couple others that aren't so much. I don't have a lot to particularly say about it right now, honestly. I didn't walk away with a super strong opinion about the way it ends, other than saying Soon has said that he thinks that most Dark Souls bosses are disappointments. I think that really depends on what you're looking for. But if what you wanted was big cinematic giant monster for a final boss, Elden Ring does not disappoint. And overall, yeah, I walked away from Elden Ring generally with a pretty positive view on it. But right now, I am a bit too sleep deprived to really put one thought in front of the other for this kind of sort of thing. So, hey, I did beat it, and I beat all the bosses. So I am the good gotten, good
Good
acquired.
good acquired. I like it. Well done, you. Well done. Pat yourself on the back.
I my wrist hurts. The
That's
Did you try finger butt hole?
mm,
That's the winning
you
combination against
know,
the boss, the final boss, right?
see the thing is, I found out I never actually figured out where to get it. You actually can get a weapon that is a giant finger. It's supposed to be, I guess, like a great club, but the thing is, it's got a special move that only it can do. Or it's supposed to be the finger flicks somebody, right? The finger bends up and then it flicks.
Yeah.
But
right.
of course, you go up to any of the giant enemies from behind and you do it, and it has an interesting appearance.
I believe it. I believe it.
I mean, honestly, for a second I thought you were going to say, "Oh, that's an emote." Like that's a secret emote you can get in the game that your hollow just fucking lies down and starts fingering themselves. That that that
Oh
that
man.
that, that wasn't what his face's input. Like that wasn't the guy who makes Dark Souls. That wasn't his thing. George R. R. Martin went into FromSoft's office and programmed it into the game himself.
All by himself.
Oh man, I didn't get to mention this. Man, Elden Ring's got a lot more sex than other Souls games. Like sexuality, maybe you'll see like some references to in passing in Souls games. Elden Ring, it's fairly important.
This sex is very important, mind you. Very mandatory, by the way.
This demigod was kidnapped probably hundreds, if not thousands, of years ago by its half brother demigod, and they have just been fucking for the last 1,000 years. Okay, George, all right. Millennia, the great secret boss you can fight. She's a super badass and whatever. You get to the second phase of her boss fight, she just tears off all of her armor, and she is now naked and much more aggressive.
And faster, mind you. This is a Dark Souls game, after all.
That is true. She's now fast rolling, which means she gets more iframes.
Yeah. I mean, what else is she supposed to do? You hadn't paid for your OnlyFans for the past 3 months. Yeah, she keeps delivering.
Just cracks me up anytime where it's like the armor was holding her back. Lunch Lady Doris, do you have any grease? Anyways, yes. Other than that, in terms of stuff I've put time into that's worth talking about, I'll of course watch SmackDown last night. There wasn't a whole lot to say except they had a segment, a lumberjack match. So the last 2 weeks, there's supposed to have been Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn, but both times Sami Zayn got the fuck out, hopped the railing, and ran up the stairs and got the fuck out. Right.
Right.
So Adam Pearce says, "Okay, well this week, Sammy, you can't run away. It's a lumberjack match." So saying, which can I just say, I hate lumberjack matches. I think they're stupid. But
Everybody hates lumberjack matches.
Either which way, Sammy goes around and he talks to Roman Reigns and Usos about, well, the faces in the locker room have been saying this and that and another about you guys. And Roman's like, oh, is that true? Because I guess Roman's an idiot. And, lo and behold, when the lumberjack match starts, Sammy gets Drew thrown out, and the heels just start fucking Drew immediately. They all just gather around him and start gang beating him before they throw him back in. Which immediately begs the question of, are they allowed to just kill the guy before they throw him back in the ring?
Oh, absolutely.
Could they have just taken a fucking knife, and the moment Drew, touches the floor, fucking the Usos or whoever just run up and start prison shanking him?
Yeah.
And then
I don't know
a
why. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I don't know why, but when you said the lumberjack matches and Sami Zayn, at this point I just imagined that he would, the storyline would be that he paid off someone in production instead of actual lumberjacks. It's just cutouts of Sami Zayn.
That would have been more effective at pinning Sammy in, because they also then had the faces and the heels just turn on each other, and it just boils down to the faces and the heels start beating the shit out of each other in a big clusterfuck. And Drew, rather than trying to keep Sammy in the ring, decides to suicide dive onto all of the faces and all of the heels at the same time. Which, of course, I yelled at the TV, Drew, you just hit several good guys there.
Yeah.
And while all that... it turned... I swear to God, the phrase clusterfuck is the most accurate for it. Because they just cut rapidly between different camera angles. and it's just pandemonium all around the ring, right? Shinsuke's beating up Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso's clobbering one of the Viking Raiders, fucking Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre clobbering each other, and it's just all this shit going on, and Sammy just quietly slips out the back and runs again.
Nice. They should have made it a bit where like there's a cut every couple of hits, and it just keeps cutting to like other places. So it's like at first it's just Drew and Sammy covering each other, then cut to some of the lumberjacks, then cut to another side of the ring, and cut to like the gorilla position, then got to the locker rooms. Then cut to the office in like fucking I forget where the WWE offices are.
It's just Civil War.
Yeah.
Fucking cut up to like Montreal, Canada. Bret Hart is in a fist fight with, I don't know, one of the other old with Shawn or something.
Yeah. Cut to Japan. Finn Balor just waves. And then cut to the moon where astronauts are fighting. That would actually be a funny closing bit that they won't ever do.
Wrestling on the moon.
Yeah.
One thing that got me though is Adam Pearce then comes out and announces, "Well, Sammy, you can't get away next week. You won't be able to run away because it's going to be a steel cage match." And I yell at the TV screen, "A match where the objective is to run away."
Yeah. Oh no, Sammy, you won't be able to get out of here because this here is a Kennel of Hell match.
Oh no!
With the most docile dogs ever taking a piss on the cell.
Yeah. Oh no, I got a better one. Sammy, you cannot escape from my Punjabi prison match.
No!
What was that shit WCW did with the 3-layered cage?
Oh,
I mean the 3-tiered one.
Yeah, I know.
Top and have to wrestle down.
I wanted to call it War Games, but that's the three ring thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that called?
Shit. The thing is, I watched someone recently modded it into DOR, so I've even seen the thing recently. I just don't remember the name. Shit.
Was that not the same match where they had to pretend they were electrocuting Abdullah the Butcher?
That's the very same one.
They did know it would have been acceptable to actually electrocute Abdullah the Butcher, right?
It would probably.
It would have saved lives.
You could have been heroes.
Well, no, but then they can't buy.
The only trouble is all the other wrestlers would have had to smell burnt bacon.
I mean, the thing is, then they can't pipe in the electricity noise.
That's right. Well, they can't get their dicks hard backstage without cheap piped in electricity noise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to call out some like freaking. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I've heard this story before. Have any of you guys ever actually seen footage of it? Because I've heard stories of it, even from guys like Jim Cornette who were there, but never been able to see footage of it. That at Halloween Havoc one year, Jim Hurd thought it would be a brilliant idea to have a steel cage match with electrified wire, legit electrified wire or something. Not legit, excuse me, that was incorrect to say. Electrified wire, fake electrified wire running along the top of the cage. And also put some Halloween props up there. So, of course, when they start running the little goofy effects to have the electrified wire start sparking, it starts lighting the little Halloween props on fire. But the match that was going on was Terry Funk and Great Muta versus Ric Flair and I don't even remember who. It doesn't matter. Sting, I think. Whatever. Either which way, like all the wrestlers, the other three wrestlers start panicking, like, oh fuck, what do we do? Great Muta just simply looks up and poison mists onto the decorations to put them out.
Nice. No, I didn't see it.
That's a spot they need to bring back for somebody, the poison mist.
Yeah. You know,
Absolutely.
I was half expecting you to say Terry Funk looked up and just went and then continued wrestling.
Actually,
Terry
now that you
Funk
mention it, Asuka for a little while there was using Poison Mist.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not using it
Can't believe
anymore.
I forgot that. What's up?
She's not using it anymore.
She's not on TV anymore. She's been
All
gone for
right.
like a year.
Yeah, I forgot we can't have Japanese people on TV, or like
Right.
or even people who got big in New Japan.
Right.
Well,
That's off limits.
well, I've said it time and time again. Of all the Japanese wrestlers that Day can pull, here's Shinsuke.
Not only that,
Uh-huh.
I mean, the funniest thing for me, just from that thing that I just said, is that like I'm imagining Vince going, "Oh no, we can't have him on TV. He's Japanese," while looking at Finn Balor.
Yeah. Just a parade outside, like, oh yeah, we got Finn Balor, AJ Styles. All right, who's the lead talent agent? Oh yeah, fucking A Train.
Yeah,
Either is A Train still working with the company, or did they fire
Yeah.
him too?
Yeah,
Okay,
he's still with the company.
for
I
now.
was almost wondering if he was what part of the Triple H friends that got purged.
Right.
No, he's Xbox friend. There's a difference.
Oh, well, that might still be guilt by association.
I don't know. Didn't Pink say that the Xbox is working for them now in NXT?
I'm pretty sure Xbox is working. Well, I think he is. Billy Gunn is gone. He was one of those that got purged, but I think Pac
Billy
is still with
Gunn's
the company.
Billy Gunn is wrestling in AEW, which is the
Yes,
most
he
confounding
is.
thing.
Oh yes. No,
The guy is,
did they reform the Woodoki Mafia?
oh god, no. No, because Road Dogg didn't get fired until just like a month ago. But yeah, I
So
actually
they
like he's
will, is what you're saying.
oh
Someday.
Jesus. Well, if nothing else, there's no one in AEW who is as lacking in subtlety and is as immature and lazy as Vince Russo is. So, oh man, what was I saying? Right. Well, actually, I think I said just about everything there was to say about SmackDown. They're doing a whole lot of delaying with this shit. It's funny. They're trying to like bring on as many new wrestlers as possible for a little bit, and I don't know why. They're bringing Gunter out now, and he stomps a jobber every week, which fair enough. Though,
Yeah.
Gunter, just seriously, Gunter.
Yeah,
He used
Gunther.
to be Walter.
Like, it must be a copyright thing, I'm sure, but
But no, you
when
see,
I hear Gunter,
he used to be Walter. Now he's Gunther.
He was Water? What?
Yeah, there was a picture of him that I saw a lot when he was on NXT of him standing in front of the L, so it looks like water.
the thing with Gunter is when I hear the name Gunter, I do not think German badass. I do not think monster heel. I do not think ring technician. I think, oh, it's a comedy character bit like Hans and Franz. Along similar lines, Lacey Evans, they bring out every week now to march her traumas out for everyone to see.
Yeah, that's nifty.
Which, don't get me wrong, I'm sure this is good for getting her over. And I'm not making any new statement here. And in fact, I think I've already said this myself on this podcast. But who fucking decided? All right, we got this chick, had an abusive childhood, ex-marine, drop dead gorgeous, is into unique fashion style, has the kind of Rosie Riveter thing going on, all this going on. I don't know about you guys, this screams perfect heel. What?
uh,
Then they had I swear to God, I think they forgot about Xia Li for about 2 months. So
absolutely.
So they had a backstage segment. I didn't even bother to listen to what she was saying. I just laughed at the fact that Xia Li was back for a backstage segment where she just stares at the camera and I think more or less just says, "I'll be back next week, bitches." Okay.
What if she came out with fucking I wanted to call her Amazing Red, but no, shit. What was her name? The Evil Marie. Yeah.
Oh. Well. I have nothing to say about that.
Did she even have a
Oh,
match in her 2 times being employed?
well, she was famously in a battle royal and got eliminated in a way that she sold it quite possibly the worst ever.
Ah.
Because you remember she just jumped off the apron and then like daintily fell to her knees and put her hand over her mouth like, "Oh no, I've fallen. Oh dearie me."
Yeah.
But oh man, so last week, of course, Charlotte chop blocked Drew Gulak and put him in the figure 4, which I was
Poor
kind of
man.
sad that Pink wasn't there to talk about it because I know Pink, you're a big Drew Gulak mark.
Oh yeah.
And I guess they decided they're going to make a habit of this because this week they had contract negotiations, a segment I always hate. And
Right.
it turned out Charlotte had hidden a kendo stick underneath the table, which I think is kind of dumb, but whatever. She goes to whoop Ronda. Ronda takes the kendo stick off of her. Ronda tries to whoop Charlotte. Charlotte sneaks out of the ring, and Drew Gulak is like, "Ronda, control yourself," and takes the kendo stick away from her. So Ronda then just fucking rowdy slams him and puts him in the armbar. So I think we've started a new pattern of Drew Gulak's job is to get every women's wrestler gets to put their hold on him. Like he's gonna be
do
doing
to
something.
deserve this?
He's gonna be doing something fucking completely innocuous next week. And just out of nowhere, Sasha Banks comes in, fucking backstabs him, and then puts him in the bank statement or whatever. The fucking crossface.
Why is he the one doing all these interviews, by the way? Did they ever clarify that?
Why not?
Because it's a guy who is explicitly there for his in-ring talent rather than charisma or looks or mic skills. So Vince is probably either thinking, man, it'd be really funny if I put this guy in a position where he only talks and doesn't wrestle. Or Vince is thinking, oh, I'll teach this guy to fucking be charismatic. Here, fucker, there's a mic. You're going to be on the fucking mic every week.
They'll feed the mic skills into you.
Yeah. I don't know. Or some writer backstage thought it was genius. Nowadays, probably a lot of it is that.
Yeah.
The whatever like college kid who Stephanie snatched up who couldn't get a fucking basic deal with fanfic.com is here to write about how X wrestler that they don't know or understand because they don't actually like wrestling. They think wrestling's crap, but they got to pay the bills. It's like, well, here's a boring white guy. Let's just get him get his shit pushed in. Oh man. I will say it's really funny though, because the night before he got put in the figure 4, my sister was saying, "How come they don't let the guys and girls beat up on each other?" And I said, "Well, they used to, but it's just kind of stopped being a thing with PG." And then the next fucking night, Charlotte throws a dude in the figure 4. That's about the extent of wrestling this week. And the last thing I want to hit real quick is I was talking with Mike earlier tonight, or whatever, I guess the incredibly early morning,
Right.
about potential cross-platform play games, whatever you want to call it, games we could do, and specifically ones that are free to play. And of course, the selection is rather limited on that. But nonetheless, I did say I would look into Paladins. And when I started the download for Paladins, I could not figure out how to stop the download for Paladins because it did not occur to me that I, at some point, had already downloaded Paladins, but then set Steam to hide it for some reason.
Oops.
and I did not figure out how to access my hidden games section on Steam until after it already downloaded. So there's 20 gigs that I've committed now, so I guess I'm stuck with this. But either which way, yeah, I trade Paladins just to because it's fuck it, it's free to play and it's cross-platform play. So if we get sick of Dead by Daylight, need something else to play for as many people as we can on the forum, it's there.
Yeah.
And I will say, when I first tried it shortly after it released, I was like, oh goddamn, this is just Overwatch with a fantasy flavoring from the Smite guys.
Yep.
And I mentioned that to Soon, and Soon was rather offended and say, well, they were starting work on it before Overwatch, so, and it's like, well, ain't that a strange, extremely similar coincidence? But either which way, playing it, in terms of playing gameplay, it actually feels pretty good. It definitely feels better than it did 4 or 5 years ago. The character designs are still weak. Most characters are either a ripoff of Overwatch, League of Legends, or Dota. A good half the cast, it seems, are women of the same body structure, with their tits out, and they're carrying an assault rifle, right?
Nice.
But can I play as Invoker with an assault rifle?
I don't know yet, because I've not seen too many of how the characters actually play.
Ah.
But that did lead me to a couple things. There are a couple character designs, though, that I looked at, and I was like, yeah, that would actually work for us. For one thing, one of them is explicitly just oh yeah, this is straight up fucking Sylvanus's treant that it rides.
Yeah, Grover. Grover, I remember Grover. He throws axes.
Yeah, it's Liberated Grover.
Liberated Grover. I love it.
And punished Sylvanus.
Punished Sylvanus. I'm already deforesting.
He's been hit hard by the fucking Amazonas. Let me tell you what.
I noticed the newest character they've added is the Bomb Queen, who is mostly Junkrat. If Junkrat was a very thick Latina woman.
Why does this character sound like it was made for me?
Yeah, exactly. When I was looking at the character, I was like, oh my god, this is just Pink made over.
I feel like the only way it would be more a Pink thing if she was also a healer, like Zenny.
Right.
I don't think she could heal. No, she had basic grenade launcher. She had she could shoot an alternative type of grenade. This was the weirdest damn thing. It was a cluster bomb, but it only clusters depending on how many players are hit by the initial bomb.
Ah.
So if you only hit one person, it only explodes into one cluster. But if you manage to get the whole team, it's 6 cluster bombs. It's weird. And she has another weird one where ordinarily Junkrat would put down the landmine or the bear trap. She puts down a little bomb fountain that just continually spits out a tide of bombs in a vicinity for a solid, 10 seconds. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'll look next time I get on there. I'll look for characters for you and me, Eddie, to see if there's characters that are like us made over. I've noticed there's at least one furry character, so there's that.
I mean, there's definitely the big fucking dragon guy that got nerfed to shit because he used to break the game.
Is that dude not the Pharah equivalent?
Yes.
All right. They've also got a character who is like a little, you remember the little wizard thing from He-Man?
I never watched He-Man, so no.
There was the little friendly wizard thing that he was like some kind of gremlin, but his hat cast a shade over his face, so you could never see his face except for his eyes.
Vivi.
I was about to say for another one it'd be Vivi, there's one character that's like pretty well VV or whatever the guy is from He-Man, riding a big two-headed turtle.
Ah, nice.
And I played them in the practice mode for just a little bit, and it's the most unique first-person shooter perspective I've ever seen. Because your character, for one thing, the two turtle heads are on either side of the screen, right?
Yeah.
And what you see at the bottom of the screen is your character holding the stirrups.
I mean,
Or the reins, excuse me, the reins.
Yeah. I was imagining that you're just gonna say you play as a turtle.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get to play as too many in the practice mode because I'm tired, and it's hard to internalize new gameplay designs when you're tired. But I did try one that's this big, like, man-eating, like, Tyrannid thing from Warhammer. And it's the strangest first-person shooter design I've ever seen. I guess it's like trying to be an iteration on Bastion, but entirely different. It is you start out as a completely stationary, yes, kind of like turret almost, where you spit acid at people and shoot your teeth at people. You just project teeth at people.
Incredible.
And your ult is that if someone is nearby, you just reach out, eat them, and it's a one-hit kill. Fuck you. Nom.
Nice.
And the other thing you can do is that, like, do you remember playing droidicas in Star Wars Battlefront?
Yeah.
Which one?
So either which one, it's like how droidicas were like super fucking slow unless they were in wheel mode, right? It's the same thing. You're completely stationary unless you use the wheel ability, at which point your character rolls himself up into a wheel and you just roll around the world.
W.
And you can run people over for damage.
W. I'm looking at the roster page for Paladins. That motherfucker is not like Grover. It's fucking Grover.
Yeah, he is explicitly called Grover.
Yeah,
and he is explicitly they ported over the entire model and textures from Smite. He's just Grover.
Nice.
Like I haven't read up on the lore, but I think the lore explicitly says he used to be ridden by the god Sylvanus, but now he's on his own.
I feel like Pink would like Torvald.
And not only that, I think he still mostly has most of Sylvanus's moves.
So what you're saying is I could probably play Grover.
Yeah. Like, I think even, like, Sylvanus isn't on top of him to throw the little pollen balls or whatever anymore.
Yeah, but he has a gun.
He still can throw axes.
He should have a gun.
That's the goofy thing I noticed about a lot of the characters. Is like, I figured it was a fantasy game going in. Like, a good solid half the cast, at least, is carrying guns.
I feel like Pink would like this character, just from this avatar.
Grover, or are we about someone else now?
Someone else. Torvald, his name is, apparently.
Torvald?
Yeah, it's in pictures.
He looks like a Jack and Dexter character.
I don't know, something about this design just screams Pink to me.
Oh, one unique design I saw, Buddhist monk with a shotgun. That was interesting.
I like it.
You fucking pissed Zenyatta off.
Zenyatta's had enough of your shit.
I'm just imagining his moves are like...
Embrace enlightenment.
Yeah. Oh shit! Like I'm imagining he has combos where he does the flippy stuff that they would do with the bows, but it's with a shotgun.
Yeah. And of course there's your Reaper, your edgelord. So yeah,
there's two Reapers I've noticed. There's Androxus and there's V. Just for the designs.
Yeah, VII or 8, whatever he's supposed to be. Yeah, I noticed that one as well.
I'm gonna look at Pip.
Yeah, I was wondering about him.
Okay, Pip is Zenyatta. No,
I feel
that
like I do remember Pip from
that
the
works for
brief
me. That
time
works.
I
That
played.
fucking works for me. Combat medic is one of his talents. Like this guy is kind of made for me. as long as
Oh,
I
where's my guy?
like as long as I don't actually have to play medic too much and I still support y'all, I can probably play Pip.
I remember Pip.
My old friend.
Yeah, he's
So this
explosives.
might.
Pip is explosives and healing, from what I can tell, which is
Yep.
it speaks to me.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds like you. And explosive healing. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean his abilities: potion launcher, explosive flask, healing potion. Let's see. Big jump.
Big jump.
Big jump.
It's called weightless, but it's launch yourself upwards and increase your jump height
Oh
for
yeah,
2.5
yeah.
seconds. Like they just fucking took it. It sounds like they just fucking took Junkrat and gave him healing, which honestly I'm cool with because I was a Junkrat main too.
Yeah.
Launch a mysterious flask that polymorphs and deals 200 damage in a 40-unit radius, turning vulnerable enemies into helpless chickens for 4 seconds. That's his ult.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I've not got to actually like touch him, but it did seem like my dude was probably the dwarf that can build a turret.
Torbjorn. Nordbjorn.
Yeah. To be fair, anytime you have a dwarf in a fantasy setting, it's virtually guaranteed they're going to be the gadget robot thing builder. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I think they even like Valve even had them do an engineer skin for the dwarf.
Nice.
All right, so that's probably the one we want to look into. You guys think so?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I can
I will
download it.
re-download that on my Xbox and maybe download it on my PC.
You will re-enable the curse.
Re-enable it. Yes.
I mean, don't you remember?
Barely.
So what happened was after y'all, the two of you, tried out Paladins, you tried to delete it for a whole month and it wouldn't. Like it would delete off your Xbox, and then next time you load it up, it was back.
Yep. I do remember that now. I remember it tried to update one time. I was like, I thought I deleted this.
But yeah, I can download Paladins. Another one we might want to look into is Splitgate. That's also a free game with crossplay. It has a Halo aesthetic with portals and like arena shooter gameplay. I would call it I would say it's close to Unreal Tournament, but that's because that's like I've only seen footage of Unreal Tournament. I don't know the like details of how it works.
Yeah, I definitely looked into Splitgate. I don't think I downloaded it yet because I don't remember if Alex had said any or if you mentioned it to him. But I definitely have that either set to install or maybe already installed.
So yeah, I could also download that, and then we could try that too if y'all want.
I like this image I'm seeing on the Steam page for Splitgate of two Space Marines flying at each other in the air. One's got an assault rifle. Okay, that makes sense. The other is rearing back with a baseball bat.
Yeah, they also recently added like fucking carriers in response to Halo, from what I remember.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's always the weird thing with Halo is like when they introduce the wacky helmets. What about the Mjolnir suit that's just straight up samurai armor?
I like that one. Like when Halo is not Halo is when I like it, kinda. I mean, no, not really, because then there's still Halo gameplay. I don't like Halo gameplay either.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like shooters. Is the thing. I can like Doom, like the classic Doom, not even the new one for some reason, even though it's not bad. It's weird. I'm a fucking boomer.
Yeah. They do call them boomer shooters.
Yeah. I liked how some people got offended they were trying to just calling them classic shooters, which I mean, like, yeah, but like I don't know if I'd call like Turok the same, you know. Like there's enough differences for me to differentiate like Doom Wolf 3D era with Turok Unreal Tournament era, and then whatever the fuck came after COD, I guess.
Well, part of it could come down to level design, right?
Yeah.
Because I would say like Turok still fits in with Doom, Quake, and Wolfenstein in that level design comes before realism rather than the other way around. Whereas with Call of Duty, the focus started to be more on realism before gameplay design.
I suppose so. I guess just for me, it's a thing of like I when defining like when defining genres, I usually look at the game mechanics rather than the game design, because the design is supposed to support the game mechanics and not necessarily the other way around.
Yeah, like of course, yeah, that's a big difference you can delineate there because, well, I mean, you can look up and down in Quake and Turok, which is beyond the realm of possibilities in Wolfenstein and Doom.
I mean, not anymore. It's just when you do, you throw up.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and
yeah.
what was I gonna say? I think the thing that really separates Turok from the other boomer shooters, so to speak, is the fact that Turok is all, at least the first Turok, is also very much a collectathon.
Yeah. You know what my favorite boomer shooter is?
What's that?
Daikatana.
Oh!
Yeah, he left. Okay, he's back.
Oh!
What was the tagline? John Romero will make you his bitch.
Yes, he did not come up with that.
Yeah,
He did
no, not only did he not come up with that, he didn't like it, and they still used it.
Yeah. So, supposedly, the Daikatana marketers were very, very, very out of sync with the actual developers.
Yeah.
Maybe, but like, you know, I feel like you know, that's one of those tragic things where like not only did he like, because if he liked it and that's how they used it, then I would still blame him for them using that line. But he expressly told them, "Hey, maybe this is a bit too much. Let's not," and they still used it.
Yeah. Oh man, and it's funny. It's one of those funny things to look back at because that line, that our advertising line, alone was one of the major factors in killing the idea of our auteur game developers being as big, like at least that early, right?
Yeah, and then now we have Kojambo.
Yeah, Kojima is Kojima. Kojima is unique.
Yeah,
That's for
I
sure.
think. I think that like we're definitely seeing more of it in the last decade because Miyazaki's starting to Hidetaka Miyazaki's starting to get up there as well, where people are like, "Oh, can do no wrong," and we'll see. Once he gets past the Souls likes, who knows if he'll have strength and capability outside of them.
he won't have strength. He'll have quiet though.
Well, Miyazaki, I would say, actually is like the opposite of Kojima in that, like Miyazaki. Have I told you guys the story about Guinevere? So
I don't know why I thought you were going to say, have I told you guys the story about Gwen Stefani? That's funny.
Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
I swear this will get back to video games at some point.
Like,
Dark Souls.
I'm imagining she's one of the Dark Souls bosses for some reason.
Well, believe it or not, the final boss of Dark Souls 1 is named Gwen. So
Like,
imagine
I'm imagining
and it has a sad boss fight theme. So now I want some modder to go in and replace the sad boss theme, final boss theme from Dark Souls 1 with Don't Speak.
not even Don't Speak, Hollaback Girl.
Well, see, that's too stupid in me. That's too stupid in me.
But no,
I
what
think,
they
like,
should do, what they should do is they should mash up the sad theme with Hollaback Girl, so it sounds sad. That she's no Hollaback Girl.
Hollaback Girl should play during the Ornstein and Smo fight. So anyways.
you get one shot and you just hear, ooh, that's my shit. That's my shit.
So Dark Souls, as a general rule, has very tame, very realistic designs for women. Most female civilians wear fully body-covering robes. They do not have exaggerated body proportions.
Yet.
And female warriors all wear, like actual armor.
Yeah.
But there's one character in Dark Souls 1 you eventually get to, Gwen's daughter, the goddess Guinevere, who is like 40 feet tall and like very va-va-voom, so to speak, and wearing very little clothes. And someone at some point asked Miyazaki, "What's the deal with that? Why is she the one woman in all of Dark Souls that's hypersexualized?" And Miyazaki just explicitly said, "It was the artist's first day on the job. I asked him, make a giant god woman. He brought that design back, and I wanted to tell him no, but he looked so proud of himself that I couldn't bear to tell him."
And then you look at fucking like what's his name, Yokotaro, or whoever, the guy who makes Nier,
Yeah,
and he would be like,
ass.
no, he'd be like, she's 40 feet tall to satisfy all the foot fetishes.
Yeah.
I I drew her design one-handed, and what he says while wearing a mask of the moon from Majora's Mask.
Like that's the thing, isn't it? Because there's 3 different philosophies there. Either you cannot be a pervert like you did Taka Miyazaki, and people will respect that. You can be a pervert and be open about it, like You just said his name. I'm forgetting it.
Yokotaro, I think.
Yoko Taro, and people will respect that. Or you can be like Kojima and be a complete fucking pervert, but whenever people bring it up, you get all offended and you go, no, Quiet's naked because she breathed through her skin. It's like, shut the fuck up, Kojima. Everybody knows you just had Mr. fucking I need to film the Beauty and the Beast units, most mocap actual naked women for the Beauty and the Beast unit. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out, Kojima. Like, I still love a lot of the games the guy makes, but he will not stop acting as if he isn't using video game development as an excuse to just bring about a lot of his sexual fantasies.
Man must be really into war.
What?
Man must be really into war. Not war, war.
Yeah, I was about to say, you must have played a different Metal Gear than I did. Vamp's kind of close, if you can count vampires. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. What was I originally talking about?
Paladins.
Yeah, well, there is a lot of sexualization in paladins, so
yeah,
they've got specific types there.
Is there a lot of female 40-foot women, or women with 40 feet? I guess.
I don't know.
That'd be a nightmare.
On the character flat screen, they all look the same size.
That would be scary. Women with 40 feet. Anyway, yeah.
It's like an upside down Hecaton Keres.
Yeah. That's the true form of the biblical angels.
No, you know what that is? It's the fucking monster from the forest.
It is. You're right.
Oh God, boy, that's one thing about the forest I'm not excited about. Being chased through the forest by those things.
I mean, if you think about it,
you've not got to experience those things firsthand yet, but you will.
I mean, if you think about it, W, whenever that thing jumps, it's a foot dive.
That is true. That is true. What's the frame data?
It's -2 on block.
If she repeatedly combos you, does she just go foot?
Yes, and she can also X-Factor cancel it in the air for more damage.
Conversely, I would really hate to see Dr. Doom do the foot dive and a baby pops out.
Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, I did save a couple of I did save a couple of pictures.
Oh.
If you want to hit them before we close.
Sure.
So, let's see. Well, Easter was this week, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see who it was exactly. The Anchorage, an Anchorage company, thought it would be nice to advertise, to make an Easter themed advertisement announcing their bussy.
Okay.
So they made a big post about their bussy. That is legitimately the word they used. They were announcing their Easter bussy. Yeah, there's that. and also them apologizing for it because fuck.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. I also like for this one. I just like how this is an actual news article. Well, news quote unquote, but you know, this exists.
Who is Mr. Wolf?
I saw the bad guys. He's the protagonist of that movie.
Ah.
So yeah,
The
news.
The intrepid journalists at Rolling Stone are on the case.
Yeah, we need to know. We need to know exactly which frame it slips.
I nearly called them tepid.
Vlad Tepes is on the case.
Epic reporters.
But yeah, also
Director
yeah,
director of the bad guys found murdered with all his blood drained. Rolling Stone journalist says he has no idea what happened.
yeah. I also this one I wanted to point out because it's weird. Like it's actually I will look this up because I can make sure that this exists. But apparently, so Pink, you've probably heard of this. Have you heard of Coral Draw?
I don't
Coral.
believe I have.
It's a okay. So that's what happened. So the Coral is a company that makes like shit like Adobe, more or less. Like most of the same things that Adobe does. But
Okay.
they have an art program called Coral Draw, and apparently this may be one of their new advertisements for it. And yeah, actual war.
Kinky.
Yeah. Now the thing with that is that
Okay.
apparently those advertisements are crowdsourced, as in you can submit your thing and they may look at it before using. I guess they didn't look at that one, maybe.
I don't know,
Well,
somebody really got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe the right guy was looking at it or the wrong guy was looking at it. Alternatively, maybe they looked at it and they didn't get it.
Yeah. So yeah. I really like the Rolling Stone picture. It's great.
It just raises a lot of questions, that's for certain.
Yeah.
So I believe we can call this a podcast.
Yeah.
Addy, say
Bye.
bye. All right. We will see you later, everyone.
Yeah.